Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'll go through some information about the Supplementary Retirement Scheme, or SRS, that you need to consider before making that contribution. Hi there, I'm Karen Tang, and I'm the founder of karentang.sg. My mission is to help educate people just like you on your personal financial planning. I help you make smart choices and save you from making avoidable money mistakes. The SRS is a voluntary savings scheme to encourage individuals to save for retirement over and above their CPF savings. Contributions to SRS are eligible for tax relief. You can choose to contribute to your SRS contribution cap before 31st December every year and enjoy tax relief in the following year of assessment. Income tax savings is the biggest appeal of the SRS account for Singaporeans, PRs, and foreigners. Every dollar you put in your SRS account is tax-deductible, up to the contribution cap. You can choose to open your SRS account with any of the local banks, for example DBS, OCBC, or UOB, and you will earn the standard 0.05% per annum return as you would with a regular bank savings account. So, how much can you contribute to SRS? Currently, the maximum you can contribute each year is $15,300 for Singaporeans and PRs and $35,700 for foreigners. Do note that there is a total personal income tax relief cap of $80,000. This includes SRS contributions and anything else that entitles you to tax relief, for example, working mother's child relief and donations. Let's take a look at the benefits of contributing to SRS. Benefit number 1, pay less income tax. We'll take a look at an example later in the video. Benefit number 2, investment returns are tax-free before withdrawal. Only 50% of SRS withdrawals are taxable at retirement. Instead of letting the cash in your SRS account lose its value due to inflation, you can invest the funds in government-approved instruments, such as shares, REITs, ETFs, index funds, Singapore savings bonds, unit trusts, and endowment insurance plans. When considering an endowment plan, be sure to check whether your capital is guaranteed. As with all investments, there is always a possibility of losses. Therefore, it is important that you start investing based on your risk profile. Also, in your retirement planning, it is advisable to have more than one source of retirement income. Similar to investing your CPF funds, the returns on your investments funded by SRS will return to your SRS account. When you withdraw your savings once you reach the prescribed retirement age, currently age 62, you will only be taxed 50% of the withdrawal amount as taxable income. In other words, if you have no other taxable income from employment or rental, you can withdraw up to $40,000 a year from your SRS account without paying any tax. How is this possible? Because only 50% or $20,000 will be considered taxable income, and there is no tax on an annual income of $20,000 and below. Benefit number 3, flexible contributions. All SRS members can contribute as much or as little as they want, subject to the maximum limit. Next, what are the withdrawal rules for SRS? Since the SRS is meant to provide us with retirement income, there are withdrawal rules that we need to take note of. In scenario 1, if you draw out any amount before the statutory retirement age, 100% of that amount is taxable. Furthermore, you will be charged a 5% penalty. For example, if you take out $40,000, you will need to pay a penalty of $2,000. In scenario 2, if money is removed before the statutory retirement age due to death or medical grounds, 50% of this amount will be subject to income tax. However, there will be no penalty. For scenario 3, if the withdrawal is made before the statutory retirement age due to bankruptcy, 100% of this amount will be subject to income tax, but there will be no penalty. And for scenario 4, if you withdraw before retirement age and not for medical or bankruptcy reasons, you will have to pay a 5% penalty, plus pay taxes on 100% of the amount withdrawn. The withdrawn amount will be added to your taxable income when calculating your income tax liabilities for the year. Well, you may be wondering, how much can I save with SRS tax reliefs? The main advantage of depositing money in your SRS account is for the tax breaks. If you do participate in the scheme, it should be because you wish to lower your tax liabilities. For those who are earning more than $40,000 a year, the savings can be quite significant. This table shows you an estimate of how much you can expect to pay in income tax each year for every dollar that you earn. You will notice that there's a significant jump once your annual income crosses the $40,000 mark. This is why it's only worth considering opening an SRS account when you earn more than $40,000 in annual income. Is SRS worth it then? There are 3 things to consider. The first thing to consider is this: the amount of tax savings. People with higher taxable income have greater incentive to contribute to their SRS account, as they would be able to reduce their income tax by a larger sum. Of course, you do not have to contribute the maximum amount. Ideally, you should just set aside enough to get you to a lower tax bracket. Here's an example of SRS tax savings. It is fairly easy to calculate. Give it a shot today. The second thing to consider is this: liquidity. Do you expect the need for lump sum cash in the near future? The benefit of tax savings should be balanced against your need for liquidity. If premature withdrawals are made before 62, 100% of the withdrawn amount is taxed, and you will also incur a 5% penalty. Therefore, you should not be contributing large sums to SRS if you have immediate or foreseeable cash needs. Also, before contributing to SRS, you should have built up a comfortable emergency fund. In other words, the amount contributed should be savings you intend to withdraw for your own retirement and not money that you may need in the foreseeable future. There are 2 tips that I want to leave with you today. Tip 1. Open an SRS account before 31st December 2021. Based on the recent announcement by the government, the statutory retirement age will be raised from 62 to 63 years old from 1st July 2022 and gradually to age 65 by 2030. Therefore, you can open an SRS account now and deposit $1 to lock in your retirement age first. Do not put more than that if you're not sure how you will use your SRS account to help you in your retirement planning. And tip number 2, why you should withdraw your SRS monies over 10 years and not a lump sum. To lower your taxes, consider spreading out your SRS withdrawals instead of fully drawing down what you have saved. You can withdraw over 10 years and can determine your withdrawal amount. As you would presumably have little to no income at retirement, you may end up paying little or no tax. This means you can potentially withdraw up to $20,000 a year tax-free over 10 years, as the first $20,000 of an individual's chargeable income is not taxed. Note that taxes above this sum will be payable in the following year after the withdrawals are made. Well, who benefits the most from SRS contributions? There are 3 groups of people that could gain from SRS. Those who have started earning at least $40,000 a year, so any amount of tax relief is welcomed. Those who are seriously planning for their retirement after settling their housing needs. Those who are already investing, or planning to invest a portion of their income for retirement. Not only will they capture some savings through tax relief, but the investment returns will also not be taxed until they are withdrawn from the SRS account. Of course, like many other investments, returns are not guaranteed. Contributing to an SRS account is a long-term commitment. Ask yourself whether you are willing to lock in your money till age 62 in exchange for some tax savings. Weigh the pros and cons before making your contribution. To conclude, the key reason to participate in the Supplementary Retirement Scheme is purely for tax relief. So you owe it to yourself to do the math beforehand to determine just how much money the tax relief will save you and whether it is worth it in the end. Thank you for watching. If you find my sharing helpful, do subscribe, share, and like my video. If you wish to learn more about retirement planning, do check out my videos in the 12 Retirement Planning Mistakes to Avoid series. Till then, my friends, stay strong, happy, healthy, and safe. If you are a working Singaporean woman, call me today for professional financial guidance that will help you achieve your goals.